Hi, I'm Lee at Iridium. I hope you're doing all right today. It's album review time. We've got Devil's Train, Ashes and Bones. Now this has been sent to me really early, but I'm going to upload it closer to the time. So I'm listening to this back in April, and the album is not out till June. So I am doing it early, but I won't upload it until closer to the time. Now this band, Devil's Train, are a European southern rock band. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's what they are. This is their third album. They've got influences from all those southern rock bands like Black Stone Cherry, Black Label Society, and I would say more on this album, for me, Whitesnake feels as well, and I'll get into those when I get into the tracks later on. This band consists of Ardi Yapikan, I hope I pronounced that correctly, on vocals, from the band Mystic Prophecy. Now all these guys are in bands that really don't sound anything like this band. It's quite amazing, you know, the job they do on this album to get this sound that they've got. And that vocalist, man, he's got a real sort of grit to his vocal, just like you like in southern rock. He's got like a whiskey soaked vocal. I love his vocals, they're brilliant. You've got Dan Bain on the guitar from a band called Lost Sanctuary. Real heavy, bluesy guitar, dense, dirty riffs going on the way through this, just like southern rock should have. You've got Jens Becker on the bass. He comes from Gravedigger. Brilliant bass guitaring going over this. A real tight rhythm section, along with Jorg Michael on the drums. Been in Saxon, Stratovarius. So, man, you can see these titles of these bands that I'm talking about, and they are just brilliant together. It's a really weird mix that really works. This is real proper heavy, almost metal at times, southern rock. So I do talk about my favourite tracks, and we're going to start off with the first track, The Devil and the Blues.
Oh, the devil and the blues, spinning around, only my soul can't lose. The devil and the blues.
Now this is a single. Brilliant video to this, by the way. Check it out. It's not really politically correct, but it's a great fucking video. Hard rocking, bluesy southern track. This is straight up in your face, fist pumping stuff. What you want to hear in a bar, I would say. That goes along with a lot of these songs. You can imagine walking into a bar, maybe with some Hells Angels in it, some bikers, and the fucking volume's right up on the stereo. That's the sort of song you want to hear blasting out of the speakers. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, you get Girl of South Dakota. This is a faster rocking track. Should not be played in the car if you don't want a speeding ticket. It's real energetic. An excellent chorus that almost goes half time compared to the rest of the song. And a huge sounding riff before the solo. Brilliant stuff. Rising on Fire is the next track I want to talk about. Back to that dirty bluesy feel of the first song, The Devil and the Blues. This is a slow to medium paced track. This track also reminds me of a little bit, it's got influence for me, of Crying in the Rain by Whitesnake. The updated version, if you like, you know, because Whitesnake did it twice. Mainly the guitar work reminds me of that, and the pace of the song. Vocals sound absolutely huge on this song. That whiskey soaked style just fits it perfectly. Then I want to talk about You Promised Me Love. Man, I love this song. I feel those Whitesnake feels again. They're really present on this one. This is surely going to be a single by the time I've actually, you know, I've recorded this early, so it could have been a single already. Not really sure, but it does sound like one. It's so melodic. It's a great anthemic song that just pulls you in with some great 80s influence. A huge song. Absolutely stand out for sure. And what a fucking chorus. The next track I want to talk about is the title track, Ashes and Bones. The southern side in full force here, I would say. A slow to medium paced groove. I just can't believe these guys, for one, are European, and two, that they're in the bands they're in. It's just a proper dirty, authentic southern feel on here. Down and dirty southern rock that competes with any of those bands that I've spoken about already in this genre of southern rock. Amazing stuff. The next one I want to talk about is Rock and Roll Voodoo Child. Slow to medium paced. It's another brilliant mix of late 80s bluesy heavy rock and more recent bands, you know, more modern bands like Blackstone Cherry. I think that's why this band really stand out, you know. They've got a great mix of influences to create this really cool sound. There's another great chorus and it leads to another cool riffy heavy section before a brilliant solo again. Man with a Gun is the next one I want to talk about. Your head will be banging for sure along to this heavy bluesy track. They just hit you with that southern groove perfectly. It's heavy, dirty sounding stuff. They know exactly who they are and they ramp it up to 11. Brilliant stuff. And then I want to talk about the last track, the closing track, Word Up. It's a cameo cover. I know it's been done before, but they really infused their sound into it. It's an excellent cover. I can imagine them really blasting this one live. Maybe they already do it live. Maybe they've done it before and they've decided to put it to tape. I'm not really sure, but it's a great, great cover. They amp it up with some excellent chuggy parts throughout this. I really love this cover and I'm not a huge cover fan, but it's a great closer to the album. I probably would have preferred an original song, but for what it is, it's a great one. Guys, this is a brilliant album. The third album from Devil's Train, Ashes and Bones. I would say it sort of carried on from the first two albums with a slightly more 80s influence for me. You know, those Whitesnake feels for me. I think they shine through on this album more than the other two. I think it's better for it. It gives a little bit more variety in this song, but any of you guys, you know, if you love your stuff heavy, but you love it melodic, bluesy, you're going to absolutely love this album. Devil's Train, Ashes and Bones. Highly recommended, guys. I'll see you next time.